Good morning, good morning, good morning, uplifters. Once again, it is Sunday, so therefore it is time for the ceremony. Time for being gratitude, time for being gracious, being kind, and having some fun in the process. As you can see, I'm surrounded by some wonderful people, and apparently there's a villager here that wants to go ahead and say hello. Or no, tell them. Everybody wants to get in this party. So, Exactly. So, as you know, we always start out with gratitudes for the day. I'm going to start with the person at the top, the woman of the hour, Miss Jen. Miss Jen, what are you grateful for today?
I am grateful for lots of things, but what's coming to mind is I'm grateful for honorary family members, the ones that we adopt into our lives because they show up and they're there and they become a part of our lives.
Wicked awesome.
Indeed.
Wicked awesome. Next up, we've got Mr. Russell. Mr. Russell, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for clean laundry. It's simple, but I'm happy.
Very simple, also there. Very necessary.
I never have to think about it. It's always done by someone else. I do the dishes. But yeah, the laundry.
There we go. Yeah, so you don't have to do the sniff test. Make sure that's still fresh.
I don't. I put it in the basket, and then I come back, and everything's clean.
Alrighty. Next up, we got Yuri.
Hey, I'm grateful to be in game. I made it actually. My character is way on the ground here somewhere, though. Not quite at the ceremony yet. But definitely grateful for acceptance, to be accepted as an honorary family member. And guidance a lot.
Sorry, the things got a little too hot there.
Maybe I'll respawn there.
Alrighty.
Grateful for respawning right at the cathedral. Perfect.
Nice.
Thank you guys.
Excellent. Next up, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Bob Benson. Bob?
Oh, thank you for the intro. I'm grateful for curiosity, the thing that lights inspiration. So yeah, it's the fire that lights inspiration.
Alrighty. And next up, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of reverse order here, and we're going to start off with the man that I truly adore, the one known as the Zen Master, Leon. Leon, what are you the most grateful for today?
Music.
I'm sorry, what?
Music.
Music, yes. Yoshi will be very proud of you, my friend. And especially because you're holding up a Beatles CD. That is beyond me, man. That is awesome. You have people that have taught you well, my son. And next up we have the person I love to call Aunt Gail. So Aunt Gail.
I am grateful for special moments. This morning, I introduced Leon to Leonard Cohen before we tackled the Beatles. And I've loved Leonard Cohen's poetry and music for 50 years. And Leon liked him too. He sat beside the music for a CD and a half and read all the words and listened so intently. And it was the most beautiful thing to share that with him. So special moments.
That is wonderful. That is incredible, and that is awesome. It's so good to pass down what our favorite music was from generation to generation to generation. Everybody's going to be like, "Hey, old man, you're listening to that stuff. What the heck you got to listen to that for?" But it's when you sit there and you realize the progression of the way music has come all the way back from when they were playing zitters back in the 1400s or whatever. They were playing till today, where you got the electronica, screaming guitars, and all that other fun stuff. When you see that progression, you see how music affects everybody's soul. So, yeah. So I agree. Okay. So
Absolutely.
my gratitude today is for generations teaching generations.
Mm.
It
Nice.
goes both ways. It goes both ways. Leon is teaching me a lot about Minecraft and all the fun things that you can do in it. And Aunt Gail is teaching him the beauty that is Leonard Cohen and the Beatles and all that other fun
Nice.
stuff. And pretty soon, Leon, I'm going to teach you about a really, really, really awesome group known as Van Halen.
You will like them. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
You'll jump.
Yep. Exactly.
And, in
Yes.
2 days, next weekend,
Yeah.
I'm going to need the new server address so I can get the right version of the server so that I can join for church.
I can help you with that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All righty. Perfect. All right. So what's been flooding in from all of our viewers here? Unfortunately, I can't see it because I'm on an alternate thing. So let's get a couple of gratitudes from the people that's been watching us today.
Yeah, I got 2 of them. I got I am grateful for forgiveness by Smart Digital Payments, and I'm grateful Harper gets the Pfizer vaccine by Deb. I've got both of those.
Good.
It looks like Donna is grateful for Yuri and for the trades that they've made.
Nice.
Oh, that's super.
Yeah, Epic saw that in action yesterday. Truth.
Oh,
Yeah, he shared that with me. But yeah, it looks like we're caught up. Oh, wait, Jareen, grateful to be singing again. Paying gigs ahead. Woo.
Okay. I can get Drain.
I've got that.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Excellent. All right. So normally about this time we sit there and we watch the sunrise. Unfortunately, due to some configuration issues and the fact that I'm not near my computer today, we are going to have to simulate a sunrise today. So let's all just go ahead and pretend like the sun is rising. Let's take about 2 minutes of silence while the sun's in our mind rising.
And let's
Yeah,
go over
it is setting.
let's go stare in the direction of the sunrise at least. We can do that. So
There we go.
past all those buildings here.
Boy,
There's
All right.
area. You just hang out over here. This would be where the sun would be rising if it were sunrise.
Yep.
We do the F3 for checking east.
Plant a sunflower. They always point towards the sun.
There you go.
Wow.
All right, everybody. Let's mute up for a couple minutes, and let us give thanks and reverence to the fact that we're here today, and that the sun is rising, and that we are all part of one big, incredibly awesome community. Mike's muted, please. We touched upon generations today. Generations are very important. Generations are what we came from. Generations are where we're going towards. It is always good to look back and have conversations with those that we love. Have conversations with those that we may not know, but we look up to. Jen was talking about being grateful for honorary family members. For those people that don't have an extended family for some reason or another, feel free and look to your neighbor. Feel free and look to somebody that you look up to, care about, and know. Ask them questions. Talk to them. Make them part of your adopted family. You will be surprised sometimes at the wisdom that comes out, because there are some tenets of life from the past that reflect very soundly today. If you don't remember where you've come from, you cannot know where you are going. So always remember to go ahead, take your honorary uncle's advice, have a conversation with your honorary aunt, talk to grandma, talk to grandpa if you still have them, talk to your mother and father, ask them a little bit about what life was like back then. Open your mind, open your eyes, and also open your heart.
Sunrise or sunset.
Hey, there we go, a little bit. So everybody can unmute, and who's got something to add today?
I have something to add, but I definitely don't have to be next. If someone else would like to be next.
Um,
I actually have a little poem I wanted to share with you. It's one of my favorites of all times. So I'll just do it right now, if that's
Gail,
okay.
the floor is yours.
Okay. It's called Banat, and I'm not even sure what that means. I think blessing. On the day when the weight deadens on your shoulders and you stumble, may the clay dance to balance you. And when your eyes freeze behind the gray window and the ghost of loss gets into you, may a flock of colors, indigo, red, green, and azure blue, come to awaken in you a meadow of delight. When the canvas frays in the curragh of thought and a stain of ocean blackens beneath you, may there come across the waters a path of yellow moonlight to bring you safely home. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. And may the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life. That's by John O'Donohue.
Wow, that was awesome.
Mm.
And again, words of wisdom from the generations past. Bob?
Yeah,
You're
thank
next.
you. Indeed. Oh, thank you. So the gratitude that I asked to be put up was, curiosity, grateful for curiosity, the fire that lights inspiration. What's a really neat thing is when you're trying to explain what we have here, there's curiosity, which is fantastic. It's probably why humans have been able to survive this long. So they're like, well, why? It's like, it's about gratitude. It's about community. It's about feeling good. And they go through all the who, what, where, when, why. And it's like, well, all are welcome. We make gratitudes tangible. You, when, now, where? Right here in a very magic land, the Uplift World. Yeah. When people say, when would you like to be born if you could be born any time in the world or whatever? It's like, for me, right here, right now. There's no other place I want to be.
Okay.
And that's it.
Very, very well put.
I think it might almost be time for sunrise. The real one, though.
We can't do it today.
Mm. Yeah. Well, thank you for letting us know that, Leon. All right. Russell, Yuri, Jen, anybody?
Yeah. Honorary family members being a bit of a topic here. It's nice. I am grateful for my other family. I married into a whole bunch of great people, and I really appreciate all of them. It's some of them, I guess, because they're with the Uplift, but others aren't. And I really like all of them, and hopefully we'll have a chance to go visit in February next year. We'll see what happens, but I think it's a yes. So I'm grateful to all of those people, even the ones who don't know what's going on in Uplift. Maybe they will soon.
Hopefully pretty soon the entire universe will. Yeah. All right, who's next?
Okay, to what Bob says, explaining what's going on here has actually not been all that easy. It's been kind of difficult, actually. Try to explain to people what I'm doing with my days, my time, and they're like, so what? You're playing a game, and no, it's just more than a game. It's hard to explain. Yeah, but it's just Minecraft. It's been out for how long? Yeah, it's a little more than Minecraft, though. It's about the community, and this honorary family member thing is. It's really nice to be accepted somewhere. Even when I explain this to people in my life, they find it they have like a rejecting attitude towards it. Like they're not curious about it, and they want to just throw it away. Okay, yeah, that's your little hobby, and that's fine. But we come here every week and we meet, and it gives a little bit of meaning, a little bit of extra meaning to somebody's life, and I think that's worth it right there. It doesn't really matter what's going on in game. It's the acceptance in the family that I really appreciate. So I'd just like to say that once again.
What people don't understand, that was fantastic. And to augment that, what people don't understand is that the game is just a vehicle for everybody to get together. That is bound by this feeling of gratitude. That is bound by a feeling that we need to do better in this world. That is bound by something larger than themselves. So that was a really good one. I'm glad you touched upon that. Jen, your turn.
Well, I'm feeling a lot the same in terms of honorary family and acceptance, and there's so much more to say than I think I can. But I'm very grateful. I'm grateful to be working with the people I'm working with who have become family, and I'm grateful for the acceptance. I mean, my whole family shows up here on Sundays, and nobody says get out. Everybody's happy to see us, and that's something that's wonderful. And to be surrounded by so much gratitude all the time is amazing. And the same can be said for the attitude of everything is possible. And I don't even know how to begin there, but everything is possible. I mean, there's a vehicle for gathering and for being a community and for creating things. And with that, absolutely everything is possible. And I'm very, very, very grateful.
Yeah, well said. Through community, anything is possible.
It really is.
Community is power.
Definitely.
I think Leon would like to say something. He's
Sure.
waiting patiently.
If Madeline is on her computer and watching, Madeline, happy birthday. I hope you are, if you are watching this right now, I hope we're having a fun time.
I
And also
hope
and you are on your computer?
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Are you in your cave world?
now.
Happy birthday.
Except it's not her birthday.
Oh, happy day.
For a
I
month or
just
so.
wanted to
Well,
add
then happy
what
day.
Jennifer was saying, because we were talking yesterday about this community and how nobody says no. It's like, okay, we should do this and this and this. And everybody says, yeah, okay, let's do it. And then somebody says, but we don't know how. And in a lot of places, that would be the end of it. It would be like, oh, okay, I guess we can't. But she said that never happens in this community. It's always like, okay, let's figure out how. And then she said it's like magic. Somebody shows up an hour later, somebody who has the skills and the know-how, and says, okay, I did it. It's done. Here you go. And that's the beauty of the community, is that there are all of these people working together with an attitude of anything is possible. We can do it. We can create this. And I think that creativity is, it explodes, and it's exponentially bigger and bigger and bigger. The more you say we can do this, the more you will do. It's like physics or something. It just happens, right? So that's one of the reasons I love this community.
That's freaking awesome. I mean, I don't know how else to put that. I mean, it was put so well, Gail. Yeah.
Steve Jobs, you died too soon. You'd be here. I know it. Just saying.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for your positivity.
Definitely.
So we've gone ahead, and I'll take the last one before we go ahead and do the chop today, because I know it's Memorial Day weekend here in the States, and we've got some stuff to do. And so we touched upon the honorary family members here. We don't always have to call them uncle, aunt, or anything like that. You can be an honorary family member and just be Nick, or just be Russell, just be Yuri, just be somebody like that. Family isn't always the people that you were born with. Family is the people that you feel the most connected with as well. Family is where you belong. Family is where it may not be the perfect fit every hour of every day, but you can always find a way to forgive family. You can always find a way to work stuff out with your family. And most important, family, like Gail just touched on, is a stream of help and a stream of knowledge. Again, going back to the generational thing, you may have something today that you're struggling with a problem with that I may have struggled with before, and I can offer you my wisdom. Or there may be a technological problem today that I can't solve, and I've got to look either to the older generation or the younger generation to solve the problem. So generations are useful, generations are healthy, and generations are fun, because you will learn so many important life lessons just by asking questions. Never be afraid to ask a question. Questions are always good. Questions are always welcome. And it's how we progress in our life. If you don't ask a question, you don't get your answers.
Yeah. Hey, can I add something?
You can always add anything.
I don't know what you said, but I agree with you. So it bleeped out. Everything that was said, plus the gift of accountability in a loving way too, right? Like, I'm looking at you, Donna, aka Laugh Track. It was like, hey, the way you put that on the Facebook group could use improvement. My words, not hers. Hers were much better. I was like, oh, good point. Thank you. So yeah, it's that accountability, loving boundaries thing where it's like, yeah, we're just gonna ask you to chill out here for a bit, but we'll welcome you back later. Anyway, thank you, everyone.
All righty. And on that note, unless anybody else has anything to add, I think there's only one more thing to do, and we're going to have Leon. Lead the way.
Awesome.
3, 2, 1.
In the
Name of gratitude. Let it fly! Woohoo!
Snowball,
I'm throwing snowballs as much as I possibly can.
as well as if anybody can, also
Snowballs.
spawn eggs and egg fight.
Oh, not over here. There's too many things going on over here.
Yeah.
I have more golems than I know what to do with.
If that happened, then it would start being. Then monsters would start spawning in the village, but then the iron golems would just kill the monsters, and all the animals that spawned would just start walking around.
Aha! So that's the hint. All right,
So
I'm gonna write it down.
And if there was a blaze, and if there was blazes spawned, the blazes would probably start lighting the iron golems on fire.
Ooh.
I don't know if they can do that though.
Mhm. Well, usually Corey's the one that goes ahead and leaks all the fun things. But for those of you listening today, there's something really, really fun coming up, really, really, really soon. And I'm gonna let all I can say about it is that the community wanted PvP. There will be a world with PvP in it. But that's all I'm going to tell you right now. So, darn, G-shucks. But coming soon to a Bungee Cord server near you.
Awesome.
Well,
Look out, world.
I know more than anybody else does here, and I know that I'm really, really excited about it. So
I'm really excited about it too, because then I can fight people with netherite swords.
I mean,
well, maybe you have to find the netherite.
Totes
Super
It's gonna
duper
be
hard.
Totes excited about it. Better look out because Epic killed a skeleton with his bare hands. Now, granted, it may have been on fire at the time too, but this is what Epic. He did that. Oh, yeah, fun fact too. Things that people see. I happened to see this with Epic. Epic saw a skeleton on a spider, and then it caught fire because it was daytime. It was like, wait, there's a torch on the spider?
There would be a spider jockey that lit on fire.
Something are just as dangerous on fire. In
And
fact,
once I killed a spider jockey really quickly in survival mode.
they can be more dangerous because they run right into you and they light you on fire.
As
Exactly.
I say, I think there's a market for story swapping in Minecraft in the Uplift world. I'm just saying.
That's the entire snowball right up there and send down snowballs. It's raining snowballs.
It's raining snowballs.
Yeah,
Hallelujah, it's raining
golems.
snowballs.
I don't think golems are very forgiving about that.
And everybody start making it rain snowballs.
Or villagers.
For all you guys flying around.
Thank you all.
I keep trying to hit a villager.
Get the villagers with snowballs.
I'm gonna be done for this morning. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right. Well, I think we're all done. So see y'all later.
All right.
Bye.
All right.